We'll begin with a quote from Bill Gates. Most people overestimate what they can do in 1 year and underestimate what they can do in 10 years. This reflects a common experience for many of us. It's about the tendency of our brains to be more comfortable with linear systems, linear models, and linear extrapolations. However, numerous aspects of life can be better explained with an exponential model. You've likely heard about the significance of compounding an investment. It's the same principle. Picture a one-time $17,000 investment for your newborn child. If you invest this in the S&P 500 with an average annual return of 7%, it would grow to $500,000 by the time your child turns 50, and further expand to $1 million by the time they reach 60. Imagine that $17K turning into $500,000 in 50 years, and then another $500,000 in just 10 more years. That's the power of exponential growth. It's crucial to understand that this isn't only applicable to financial investments. It's equally relevant when learning a new skill, growing a business, or building your personal brand. The same is true in a negative context. Consider a poor diet. The initial effects might go unnoticed, but it could soon be too late to reverse the damage. So always be mindful of exponential models, especially when it comes to long-term goals. The second twist involves balancing the big picture with the tiniest details. Achieving exceptional results requires a blend of both. The ironic part is that both of these aspects can be traps, and most of us find ourselves stuck in one or the other. An extraordinary example of someone who excelled in both was Steve Jobs. He paid meticulous attention to even the smallest details, like the angle of the iPhone's corners, while also demonstrating an excellent visionary capacity to project the future 10 to 20 years ahead. Believe it or not, moving in the right direction is as vital as the individual steps taken to get there. The last thing you want is to work hard, get all the details right, but end up going nowhere. Concurrently, even if you know your direction and destination, you want to get there. And for getting there, it matters to be equipped with the right tools and gears and to master every single detail of your journey. So, be aware that there are both micro and macro perspectives in whatever you do, and you need to pay attention to both. Neglecting one or the other will inevitably lead to difficulties. The third twist centers around humility. By definition, humility refers to the quality of having a modest or low estimation of one's importance. So why is it vital? Let's consider it from an evolutionary perspective. The moment you become large, bulky, and significant, it becomes challenging to move and survive. As Kevin Leroy puts it, an entrepreneur is like a cockroach, easily able to dart from one place to another, finding resources anywhere. Let's draw an example from the business world. Startups are inherently fast, agile, and dynamic. In contrast, we've seen how big organizations struggle, implementing all sorts of methods and processes in an attempt to maintain agility. It relates to growth. As you expand, you tend to lose your dynamic capabilities. This holds true for businesses, organizations, and individuals alike. Humility helps you retain that spirit. Remember Steve Jobs' speech at Stanford? Stay hungry, stay foolish. I continually remind myself that there is a mission greater than me. Working towards a bigger mission should make you feel small and insignificant as an individual. That's the paradox in humility. You could be working on the most profound issues with the sharpest minds globally, and yet you need to remain down to earth. The fourth paradox revolves around the concept of marathons versus sprints. This can be viewed as the difference between focusing on long-term objectives versus short-term goals, or, to put it more metaphorically, winning the war versus its individual battles. Some people may become so immersed in tackling immediate issues or sprints that they lose sight of their ultimate objective, the marathon. Conversely, others might falter in many short-term tasks, but still succeed in achieving their overarching goal. In essence, we're always engaged in specific tasks or sprints, like a specific battle in a war. This requires intense focus. However, when it comes to resource allocation, be it health, energy, money, or strategic moves, it's crucial to remember that true victory lies in winning the long-term race, the marathon, and not just the individual sprints. Warren Buffett's baseball theory of investing offers a relevant analogy for this point. He says, "The trick in investing is just to sit there and watch pitch after pitch go by and wait for the one right in your sweet spot. And if people are yelling, 'Swing, you bum,' ignore them." Buffett clearly understands the need to choose his battles wisely. He allows some opportunities to pass by because he is focused on long-term success or marathon. He doesn't ignore short-term opportunities to win the long game. Rather, he selectively chooses them based on their alignment with his overall goal.
Life is full of surprising twists and confusing paradoxes. Living a good life often means finding the right balance in every situation. If you enjoy these discussions about paradoxes and twists, let me know by subscribing, liking, and leaving comments. There are more twists to reflect on.